Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders decided recently to hold a bit of an outdoor, I don't want to call it a press conference, but a speech in front of a very, very small group of people. And it was raining that day. Yeah, typical. It happens, especially down here in the South in summertime. We're going to get rain showers constantly. But what made this weird was the fact that she was speaking at a school, outside of a school, and the school's cheerleaders were all out there with her. Unfortunately, however, for the cheerleaders, they were not allowed to stand near Sarah Huckabee Sanders in the covered tent that she was standing under to keep dry. No, those cheerleaders were forced to stand behind her in the rain for the entirety of her speech and the speeches of the other people who spoke that day. Here is a video clip, and in this clip, Huckabee Sanders actually says, maybe we should go faster because we got kids in the rain. So take a look at the absolutely heartless and clueless Huckabee Sanders making these young girls stand out there in the rain.
Good morning. Can we give a big round of applause to this group behind us who's doing an amazing job and doing it in the rain? So you guys grab your seats. I promise I'll be fast, hopefully, so we can get them out of the rain and dried off here quickly. But I want to say thank you for...
That is downright deplorable. These young girls did not have a choice, right? They were probably told, and I'm like 99.9% sure they were told by their school, obviously, you're going to stand here at attention in the rain while the governor speaks from the comfort of her little tent. And the cheerleaders, again, didn't have a choice, so they just have to stand out there smiling, pretending it's not bothering them. But if you watch the longer version of this clip, which, by the way, was posted to Sarah Huckabee Sanders' Facebook page, because why not brag about making kids stand in the rain? Towards the end of it, obviously, it starts raining a lot harder, and you can see the girls' faces. Like, they are miserable. They are hating every second of this as Sarah Huckabee Sanders drones on and on and on, instead of ending quickly or keeping it brief like she said she would in the clip I just showed you. These young girls were miserable. They were made to stand out in the rain. And I don't know how schools work in Arkansas, but at least here in Florida, the kids are not allowed to be out in the rain at all due to fear of lightning strikes. So I would assume, obviously, Arkansas has a similar rule just for child safety. And if not, then holy hell, that's horrible. But you're putting those girls at risk. You're putting their bodies through unnecessary stress just so you can continue to use children as a backdrop, which is becoming a weird trend for Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I mean, I'm sure we all recall the infamous photo as she's got that big crooked smile on her face, signing that bill saying young kids can go to work, and the young kids standing behind her looking like she just sold their souls to the devil. Why does this woman have to use children as props? By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed. But almost no one's reporting how ICE is going to get nearly $40 billion of our tax dollars a year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations actually spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so that you think it's all in your best interest. But we have seen the ICE raids ramping up, and now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried, which is what makes ground news essential right now. They're the only tool that I've found that is exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far right and radical each unbiased source actually is, You get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we have seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere, and right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the very same Vantage plan that I've been using. That comes out to about $5 per month for unlimited access to everything that I've mentioned and more. Just go to ground.news/ROF or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details.